Alright, good evening. This is Jalan with the Paradox Gaming Network, and this evening I am bringing you the How to Make Gold Digitally Remastered Edition. The reason why I'm revisiting How to Make Gold so soon after doing it the last time is I'm hearing from a lot of people that they can't make gold. I said in a video I think a new player should easily be able to make 300 gold a day, and I have people coming back to me saying I can only make 60 gold a day. And I just can't believe that. So let's dive right in and get your gold problems fixed. As always, these are all the ways to get in touch with me. Discord is the easiest. Jalan hashtag 8446. Don't forget that this show does go live on Fridays at those times on Twitch. My link is in the description below. And this week is going to be live from the public test server where we're going to dig into all the 4.0 stuff. So here's what we're going to do today. Number one, I'm going to rehash the first video because, truthfully, I just tested everything last night and I'm still making a ton of money doing those exact same things. And number two, I'm going to give you some new stuff. I've promised and promised and promised. I said I'm going to give you some new stuff. So I'm going to give you a little taste. I'm going to give you a taste of some new stuff. So I put the first video out on June 23rd. And 66,000 minutes of view time and 7,000 views. The stuff I told you to do worked. It works. The problem is it got saturated. And everything I'm going to talk to you today, it's all going to get saturated too. So I want you to realize this is theory and examples. I can't give you a go do this method of making gold. I've done that with people on the side, and what do? They go and do it, but they don't keep their mouth shut. And they tell their friend, and their friend tells two friends, and pretty soon the well dries up. I generate 15,000 gold a month doing these exact things. Nothing different. Absolutely zero difference. So I'm going to admit to you, the economy sucks. Yes, it got harder. Apex on EU went up by 250 gold a unit. Yes, the economy sucks. There's going to be several places in the video today where I say the economy sucked, and I couldn't really give you a good example. But that's just the nature of the beast, boys and girls. Couple of things, just tips before we jump in. Keep your money making to yourself. I don't know how many of you come to me and say, hey, Jalan, this is how I make my money, and I just want to reach through my computer and slap you. Don't tell me how you make your gold. Ask me roundabout questions if you need to ask me roundabout questions. Now, you can tell me. You can tell me how you make your gold because I have my gold making set. I'm not going to change. But if you start asking your friends or talking to your friends about it, your friends are the ones that are causing your markets to crash. I promise you that. I promise you. Gold, everyone gets crazy when it comes to gold. But the biggest piece of advice I can give you is ABC. I said it in the first video. I'm going to say it again. Always be checking. So many people have blindly followed a bad gold making method because the price point on something moved 5 or 6 gold, and that's what makes or breaks that market. It doesn't matter if you do all the best of everything. If you don't check the prices, you're throwing gold away. ABC, write it on a post-it note, put it on your monitor until it's ingrained into the back of your eyeballs. Always be checking. With that said, let's get to business. Using the EU server to make gold. Now, EU players, this just means using the North American server to make gold. I call it using EU because it's just easier for me. It's like ingrained in my head. We're going to talk about loyalty, vocation, merit dailies, but merits change in 4.0, but I imagine the dailies are still going to be there. Labor and whale song aegis farming. Are you using the other region to make gold? So many people have come to me in recent weeks and said, well, I don't use EU to make gold, but okay. You literally get handed a free labor pool and a free loyalty pool, but you share your credit pool and you don't want to spend 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes. 5 minutes can make you enough to buy an Apex every month. So if you're not using the other region to make gold, please don't bitch you can't make gold. With that said, loyalty, free gold. All you got to do is log in, get your 5 loyalty, log back out. If you want to be dedicated, you log in, you leave the account running in the background, and in 3 hours you log out. You're going to get between 150 and 240 loyalty a month. Now, 150 loyalty with no research. I can make 445 gold. I buy a lucky sun point and a lucky moon point because that's what people have done since the beginning of Archeage, and boom. Okay. Or I could do just a little bit of research, and it took me literally like 2 minutes to do my loyalty research last night. And I could buy a prime weapon temper and 20 toughness scrolls and make 490 gold, and I still have 10 loyalty left over. Okay. Maybe I really get into it. Now this is one of those places. Last night the market sucked. I would not have spent my loyalty on anything last night. Maybe a prime weapon temper if I was hurting for gold and I needed to get an apex in my pocket in a hurry. But I wouldn't have spent really on anything. But if I had that 240 loyalty, I could have made 800 gold last night. 800 gold. Just by logging in every day and leaving my EU client running in the background. So we're off to a good start. Hold on to that 800 gold. We're going to come back to it. Next, I'm going to talk about vocation. Now, I'm talking about vocation in a broad term right now because although this is in the using the other region section, realize that vocation should be done on your main character because you need it for seed money, you need it for saplings, you need it for whatever the hell you need it for. You need vocation. Now, I don't do every vocation quest every single day. I don't have time. I should. I should practice what I preach. I don't have time. But if you don't have money, you have time. I'm going to be honest. I don't do all the family dailies. I'll do the tree one because I can knock down a tree like nobody's business. I'll do the bee one because I just throw my healing pad down and I beat up the bee. It doesn't kill me. And the truth of the matter is I'll cycle my alts through when I'm low on vocation. I'll just be like, bam, 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 log them in, get the honey, log them in, get the thing off the tree. But yeah, you can do that. I'm going to assume you can get 1,000 vocation a day. You should either get it on your quest where you burn off your labor, or you do one of the family quests, except not this family quest. I'll get not the top family quest, and I'll get to that in a second. Now, when I first made this video, vocation, I could get 44 silver per vocation. Don't ask me how. That's what I was doing. Yeah, now that market's gone. You're dealing in coppers per vocation. If you see right here in this column, silver per vocation, yeah, we're talking coppers now. We're talking less than 1. Really, your best bet right now is Dawn's Drop or rubber trees. I'm going to tell you, rubber trees sell like hotcakes. There are some people who say that it's better to plant the rubber trees and roll the risk of the rubber. We're not going in there. We're not going there. This is just pure easy profit. This is the family daily I was talking about, the top one. If you have property, if you have a 16 by 16 because you have a house or a thatched, look at this number right here. Right here. 17,000 vocation in Archeage for me to turn in a stack of lumber. Now, this daily doesn't work in every zone. You need to know your zones. You need to know your price points, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, for Archeage or the lumber ones, it works really well. I get 17,000 vocation a week by doing it. There you go. That's right there. The proof's in the pudding. Plus, I get 7 vocation tickets for the week, which gives me a small cut of this pool of gold when this zone finally matures. But right here, 17,000 vocation, and I'm going to use my best silver ratio is 0.66. Yeah, I know you saw better, but we're not going to use that. 114 gold, minus what I have to pay for the lumber is 42 gold in lumber for the week. Now, I could make my lumber cheaper than that, but I'm just assuming you're quick. I'm assuming you're going like this, fast, fast, fast. 72 gold per week profit. So I told you to hold on to that 800. Gold from the family daily, 289. Gold from 7K vocation a week, 46.2. No, I know you're like, well, 289. That's 72 times 4. Gold from 7K vocation a week, 46. I'm just going to leave it at that. Running total, we're at about 1,135 gold, and in Apex last night was 1,155. I haven't done anything yet. I've logged in. I've done it. I've run a stack of lumber somewhere. I figured out a way to burn off my labor, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. And I need 20 gold to get an apex. Well, let's keep digging, folks, because we're making an awful lot of gold here, and I really haven't talked about anything difficult yet. Okay, so the merit dailies, they're usually very easy. Sometimes they want you to burn specific labor. I'm talking about merit daily 2, by the way. Sometimes they want you to burn your labor on something specific. Sometimes it's just use labor, but it's literally 3 gold and 500 vocation, or 5 gold and 500 vocation, 10 gold and 750 vocation, just for burning your labor. Now, my example from last night was I needed to spend 100 labor for tailoring. So I bought 60 wool for, I'm sorry, I need 60 wool, but I bought 75 for a gold 50. I completed the quest and I got 5 gold. I made 3 gold 50 profit, literally for, I don't know, a minute's work. Jalan was sleeping in his coffin, North America, and I made 5 gold for a minute's work. That 20 fabric I'll sell for 2 gold. If I save it till I have a full stack, 10 gold. Quite literally, 1 minute to make 5.5 gold and 500 vocation. If I times this by the 30 days in the month, that's 150 gold. That's, what is that, 15,000 vocation. You saw how much 17,000 vocation was worth. So we're talking gold. This is just gold. I'm doing nothing and I'm getting gold. So are we on to something? Now check this out. I'm on the other region. We're still talking, I'm playing on the other region. This isn't even my main server yet. I want to be able to burn off my labor because I want that 1100 vocation daily. I want something fast, easy, profitable. Well, here you go, man. This is as fast and as easy and as profitable as I'm going to show you. I go to the auction house. I buy 1,000 raw materials. I go to the bench and I say, okay, today's merit daily says I need to convert lumber, carpentry. So I buy 1,000 logs. I spend 38.5 buying 1,000 logs, and I can sell 3 stacks of lumber for 51 gold. I made 13 gold for literally setting my character to make logs and walking away, going getting my soda, going and getting my cold Dr. Pepper for my actual North American gaming session, and my character does their thing. Now, I want you to realize that you are going to generate extra gold here because you buy 1,000, you use 900 to make 3 stacks. So you're basically going to have 10 extra stacks in the month. So there you go. But ABC, man, always be checking. I am always checking. I'm checking everything all the time. So I come down 38.51, 30.39. Okay, so logs it is. 79 for raw stone and 78 for 3 stacks of finished. This is an example of somebody who isn't ABCing. They're selling raw stone, or they're selling stone bricks at a loss. They're making like this much profit. All they had to do was not sell the stone bricks that day. Wool turns into 21 to 29. Cotton. Cotton's weird because nobody grows cotton to make fabric anymore. You grow your cotton for the one-off few recipes. And hides to leather. There's gold to be made here, folks. There is a lot of gold to be made. Look at this. Now, you get 2,880 labor a day. And I'm only telling you to spend 1,500 of it when you're at 0 proficiency. So imagine if you actually cared about making gold. You actually cared. So you bought 2,000 raw. And you made 6 stacks. Oh my goodness, you're literally doing nothing. You can do this in the background. I promise you, guys, if you don't know this, I promise you, your character will continue processing the maths and you don't have to be on the screen. Some people are going to say, but I'm not getting 8 silver per labor. Who cares? It's on the other region. You want gold. You don't care how much. You're literally sitting on a pool of labor that I bet 50% or more of you right now are sitting on 5,000 labor on the EU server, or you haven't even made a character yet. If you're watching this and you're up to this point, just call it out and admit it in the comments below. Put, yeah, I don't use EU. I want to see how many people you will admit to not using EU. So let's run this down now. Here's our 800, our gold from our family daily, gold from 7K vocation per week, burning our labor 528, running total 1,663 gold for a few minutes of work. Click, click, buy, click, click, set up, go get my Coke, go for my walk, my run, go to the gym. When I come back, I'm done. I bought an Apex this month, and I have 500 gold left. And realize I said that this is just me doing this much work. Imagine if I actually took the time and I put in this much work. Oh, could that be how I generate 15,000 gold a month in 18 minutes a day? Because Jalan has to sleep twice? I think that might be how I'm generating all that extra gold, folks. Now, something a little different, something a little bit more active, and this goes for probably your main region. This is not on your off region. Now, I don't know. I can't speak to how much gear you have in your off region. I farmed for 15 minutes just because I wanted to make sure I had data in front of me. I am very data driven. And yes, I acknowledge 15 minutes is a very small sample size. I use 0 loot drop buffs, which is uncommon for me when I'm farming in Whale Song or Aegis. I pulled 3 crates and 20 purses. Now, this times 4 is about my rough hourly average because I keep track of such things when I'm farming for the Cursed Armored Scraps or the Acid Gobbets. So yeah, even though this sample is only 15 minutes and it seems small, going back over my data, it's right there. It's where it should be. So in 15 minutes, I used 564 labor. My larceny is at 230. I got 12 braziers and 23 trees. I opened all 20 coin purses, and I only did that because I wanted to show you how much you could make in 15 minutes with X labor, blah, blah, blah. And 7 garden powder, and they were $10, $10 gold a piece when I could have sold them. So in 15 minutes, I made 114 gold with 564 labor. That's 20 silver per labor. Don't tell me you can't make gold. Don't tell me you can only make 60 gold a day. Now I know what you're going to say, but I can't farm in Whale Song and Aegis. Okay, well, I've done gearing videos. Go back, watch the gearing videos, because I can farm in Aegis. A little bit slower than this, but I can do it with a character that's just outfitted with a dungeon weapon and dungeon gear. Now, coin purses, are they worth the value? I get between 1.2 and 1.5 gold per purse. They're 21 labor at max larceny, so it's about 5.7 to 7 silver per labor ratio. It's not stellar, but it's better than a lot of things right now, and I highly recommend getting about 1,000 of them in your bank. That way, on a day that you know that you don't have a lot of time to play, or you can't play, all you can literally do is log in to get your loyalty. You sit yourself there and you open 1,000 or 100 coin purses, 2,100 labor, and you're going to make yourself some side gold. Now, of course, obviously, if you're going to farm for an hour, which you should, because you should drop loot drop potions, you're going to open the ancestral crates, and you're going to leave the purses off to the side. Alright, that's part 1 done. That is a rehash of all the old stuff. Now, I wanted to take a lot of time to revisit it, even though I had a video on it, because people are saying it doesn't work. I did everything exactly the same last night. I went through all the steps, and I just showed you. 114 gold in 15 minutes. So, yes, it's working. The problem isn't the technique. And the best part about Whale Song and Aegis farming, except for the mysterious garden powder, those are based on vendor prices. Sometimes you'll find Archeage trees and the regrade ovens. Those are at higher than 50 cents a piece on the auction house. So there is no reason why you can't be out there making that gold. But to get to the new stuff. Now, I'm going to talk about the family fishing quest. This has been in game for a while. I never did it until last night because like I said, I make my gold the way I make my gold. I never needed to investigate this. I had investigated the Hoverbloom seeds, and a lot of people have been asking me about them because apparently somebody has started the rumor about an easy way to make gold fishing. So we're going to address those. And then I'm going to talk about pulling the Jacques Cousteau. And people have asked me about the underwater stuff for a long time. And so I'm going to address sunken chests and sunken ships. And then I'm going to talk about to pack or to potato. And that is, do I sit on my farm all day and I grow potatoes? Or do I sit on my farm, or do I jump to a specialty workbench loaded up with packs and run those? And then I'm going to talk about auction house flipping. So what I'm bringing up on the screen right now is a video on family fishing. Now you will see, you see this dance, that dance revolution. Let's back it up a little bit. See that dance revolution? That is because all three people are catching the same fish right now. And I'm doing this by myself, and I highly recommend not trying to do this. That's why you see the camera flip occasionally. This is, of course, sped up. But this is hella hard. I have a side screen, so you'll see that the character is... the dance revolution stuff happens frequently. But this was a rather difficult thing to undertake single-handedly. Now, if you have other real-life players in your family, you'll be fine with that. I'm going to speed this up to the good stuff because this fish just would not die. Now, what happens is, I had 3 people in the party, and I caught the fish, and I was looking around. I was like, where the hell are the fish? And then I saw them, and they're up there, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, them some big fish. And there's 3 of them. Everybody in the party gets a fish. 1 chum, 1 lure, 3 fish. Now, what I ended up doing with this is I ended up chucking the fish in the fishing boat, and I caught myself another round of fish. And we can go and look at those results. I had 3 family members with me. The rainbow chum cost me 5 gold. The lures are variable costs. 6 fish caught, 52.85 income. Expenses were 6.2 gold. Profit, 46.65. Now, labor, one thing I didn't quite understand, and just dawned on me that it's a fixed mechanic, otherwise everybody would just level their labor up. There was no labor discount for having 230 fishing. It was 100 labor. So 7.75 silver per labor ratio. You know what? That's not bad. That is pretty good. Now, people have told me that there are more expensive fish, that there are 20 gold fish there. Okay. I would highly recommend, if you're going to use this method, have real life players that can be doing this with you. Shouldn't be hard. Basically, one person casts. I recommend your highest fishing prof person. Sit there, joke around, make sure everybody does the little mini game right, and profit should be yours. Now, the Hoverbloom seeds. Several people brought these to me last week, and they said, oh my god, I can get 2,700 gold for a legendary Hoverbloom seed, and all I have to do is go and get it, and then fish, and get toolkits, and stop. I've done this several times. I have researched this several times, because of course, all I have to do is sports fish, get tools, and I can get 2,700 gold. It sounds like a good plan. Yeah, I got a toolkit on my first 10 casts the first time I did it. Well, I've never gotten another one. So I actually have a grand one of these sitting in my bank. Using the jetpack to get the seed, it totally sucks. Now, I'm not even going to show you how to do this. Very rarely will I just send you to somebody else's video. And I'm going to put a link to this whole concept in the description below. Because my advice is don't do it. It's a giant waste of time, and just trust me. Trust me. You are going to spend so much time out there fishing and not making any money that you could go do almost anything else and make more profit. If you don't believe me, I'm going to show you another streamer who walks you through this whole process in depth, and he says the same thing. So 2 streamers are telling you don't do this, but I wanted to put it out there in fairness. If you want to pursue it, it is an avenue for making gold. Now, on to pulling the Jacques Cousteau and being underwater and making profit. I only did 3 chests last night, but that's because I'm blue colorblind and the water in Archeage is like a solid wall of black for me. so I don't like being underwater, but I wanted you to know about this because this is huge money. This is absolutely huge money. So to start over here, because I'm going to pop the video in over there, ship bags. These can be great gold. And when I say great, I mean 1,000 gold or more if you happen to pull a Sea Breeze design, and it's one of the ones that is in hot demand. And I'm going to guarantee you that some of them are going to become in hot demand again when the turtle ship finally gets released. Other things you can pull is the baby jackpot is the 100 gold pack. The big money is the 1,000 gold pack. Always have a plan for what you're going to do should you pull the 1,000 gold pack. Know which direction is safe. I have had people freak out on TeamSpeak or Discord and be like, oh my god, I just pulled the 1,000 gold pack. Where are you? I don't know. How the hell do you not know where you are in the ocean? Where is safe? You should always have a direct line to safe zone. The sunken chests also have a long-term and a medium-term project. The medium term is the vault stones. Now, I know a lot of people bitch and complain about these. It's just more free gold. And long term, the sub-scraps. If you do this long enough and you get 200 sub-scraps, you can put together the chrome sub-design and sell that on the auction house or use it for yourself. For me, it's 25 labor per chest. I have less than 10,000 proficiency in exploration. I got 17.16 gold across 3 chests. So it's 22.8 silver to labor, which is pretty good. I mean, and by pretty good, that's really good. Now, you are going to have some consumables, your Dahuta's Breaths and your recovery pouches. Now, I don't use Dahuta's Breaths because I have the mermaid earring, which saves me a bunch of gold. I recommend that you make your own Dahuta's Breaths. You can usually make them a lot cheaper than the AH value. And you might have to buy some swim fins and the helmet if you need it to see. I don't think the helmet helps. I don't use it. Okay, so what I have up on the screen is a little undersea adventure, and I don't know why it's so pixelated. Probably because I have my water graphics turned down. But right there, I want to show you that once you raise one treasure chest, you are on a 2-minute cooldown from being able to raise another one. So you start talking about a time investment. The other big thing is make sure your bag is empty. I am notorious for coming out here. As you can see in the corner, I only have 3 bag slots. I was not prepared to come out and do this properly. But as you come up, you will pop it open and you get your goodies. And then the chest disappears. Now, I know some people that pop all the chests up to the top and then they go up and get them. I don't do that. But really, it's a wash, rinse, repeat. Come down here, lift a chest. I always go and get them because I figure if I'm going to get killed because somebody sees me, I want at least my chests to be mine. Like I said, there is money to be made with the ship bags. My bulk of my money came yesterday from the brine stones and from the ship regrade scrolls. I will eventually turn those into. Next, we have sunken ships, and these are a lot better money. Right off the bat, I made 172 gold doing this. At my proficiency, I made 18.7 silver per labor. At max proficiency, I would have made 31 silver per labor, and that is huge. I mean, that is where you really kind of want to try to get to. However, you have heavy investments to do this. You have to have a submarine. You cannot do this without a submarine. You don't have to have a merchant ship. You can do it with a speedboat, but realize that this income is going to go down by a lot if you don't have the merchant ship. Now, I will tell you that it is possible to summon your hauler on the bottom of the ocean. And you can put packs in it while it's at the bottom of the ocean. Use that for what you will. Consumables, Dahuta's Breaths and recovery pouches, and time. Most of the sunken ships are up and around Friedek. So just the very nature of the journey back is time consuming. Plus, you're a giant walking target if you do this at the wrong time of day. Now, I've done this a lot of times when I needed gold. I've gone out there a lot of times with people with a much better merchant ship than mine. And we have made a ton of gold. We've brought up, hell, 6-8 ships in a night. That's pretty good income cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up again. Now, the first thing you're going to see is that you need to have a ship radar. And on that ship radar, you are going to see the target, and it's going to say broken lifeboat. Now, up and around here on Fredict, you can end up with a ton. The more north you go to Abyssal, you'll find them in there. Just realize you are going to take damage. Now, I like to destroy the lifeboat, the broken lifeboat. I don't like it up on the map because, you know, I don't want people necessarily knowing, oh, I'm going to go there because I'm going to try to raise the ship. And meanwhile, I'm there halfway through a salvage operation. However, you can't shoot them. You can only run them over. So realize you are going to have to basically be very ginger and very, very delicate and roll over the broken lifeboat. I had done some footage of crushing them or shooting them. As you can see right here, they do only spawn for 4 hours. I had just happened to catch these. This was at 3 hours and 42 minutes. Zooming ahead a little bit. Now this is horrible for me. And I just happened to get lucky. And there is the, I guess I'm going to call it golden dust. That is the spot I'm looking for. Now you have to have the submarine because when you get close, you use the sonar. And I apologize that I popped my map at the same time. Force of habit, looking for ships. But there you go. I uncover the first part of the sunken ship. Now, there is a method for using your air cannon for doing this. And I'm going to be honest, I don't remember it. I don't do this often enough. So you're actually going to see me. I end up putting my air cannon on. But what I end up doing is coming onto the buried ancient cargo ship, and I bang away on it a whole bunch of times. I try to use the air cannon. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I bang away on it, and eventually, I'm fast forwarding with skip. Oh, here we go. Eventually, there's a ship. You unearth the ship, and you attach balloons to it or recovery pouches. Oh, see what I did right there? You need to make sure that you want to turn those off for the whole day if you're doing sunken ships. I have, in fact, ported back, and it's annoying. Now, you attach enough recovery balloons to it, and the ship comes up. Now, people I've been on the little expedition with, they've just gone up to the top of the surface, not doing anything. Me, I jump on board, and I start popping open the sunken cargoes. I want to be up on the surface of the water, exposed for as little time as possible. So I want to have these bad boys all cranked open as quickly as I can. Now, in the other video, I talk about having a harpoon on the side of your ship. This is another wonderful reason why. As you can see, I don't have to maneuver. I simply hook myself a raised ship and pull myself in. And there we go. I'm just going to offload and I'm going to make my money. Now, I did not have a fun time getting those in a port, but I got them in and I made myself a little gold. So, now this one's probably going to give you a nightmare about math, so I'm going to walk you through it. To pack or to potato. Now I say to potato, but you need to get in there and you need to do your research and you need to know what product can you grow and make your profit. Now I say potatoes because they're the easiest thing, and there's the on-running joke, you're a potato farmer. I recommend flowers, I recommend rice, I recommend a lot of different things. Also, before we get into too deep into the potato discussion, I also recommend fruit trees. I recommend ginkgo trees, so you can make medicinal powder or orchard puree. So all these things, all those different things I just rattled off, those would be in the potato category. So 10 minutes in a seed bed. Okay. I buy 1,000 potato seeds that cost me $37.50. Fixed cost, always going to cost me $37.50. 1,000 potato seeds gives me, at least me, 2,600 potatoes. Sometimes more, sometimes less. I've done it enough times. I know my average is 2,600 potatoes. Labor to harvest is going to be 20, because 20 times 50, or as little as 30 times 20, if my proficiency is high enough. On potatoes, 2,600 potatoes, 91 gold minus the 37.50 for the investment, 53.5 gold profit. It's 5.3 to 8.9 silver. 8.9 is kind of where you want to be. Here's the problem. A lot of people instantly think, oh, I'm going to turn that into produce. Okay. You turned it into produce. You spend another 30 times 50. Or the reason why this is 40 is just to make my life simple, I did the harvest cost plus the chop cost. So this is times 40. Profit as produce is 60.7. Now you notice that 91 to 98. I'm only making 7 gold to take a stack of potatoes and turn it into a stack of produce. And that doesn't seem like something I want to do. And it drops my silver to labor ratio to 3 to 5. So selling them as potatoes, not too bad if I have max farming. Not that great if my farming is under 10k. Let's talk about 2 pack run, and I picked 2. I picked Silent Forest to Solus, and I picked Sunbite to Solus. Sorry, Nuians, I know Haranya. That's what I'm going to give examples for. This particular one, 150 pomegranates, 500 round spice, the crafting fee, 51.95 gold, plus the 2 fuel you're going to use. I didn't include those. Just remember you're going to have a small cost for the fuel. Labor to make, 30 to 50. Labor to turn in, 42 to 70. All determines on your commerce profession. Your profit at 130%. At 130%. 99.45 gold. So if you have 230 commerce proficiency, you're at 13.8 silver per labor. Sunbite, you can read the slide. I don't have to read it to you. 7.03 to 11.7. Now, I know what people are going to say, and they're going to be like, "Well, it just seems natural. I should run my packs from Silent to Forest, even if I buy the stuff off the auction house." Sure, maybe, but you're making 8.28 to 13.8 silver per labor, but you're spending time. You're spending time on the road. You're spending time moving the packs. You're exposing yourself to Dominion. There's a lot of things you're doing. Everyone is going to preach to you about silver per labor. That is fine. But remember, time is also a factor. If I could flip all of my seed beds with a 24-hour crop and then go farm in Whalesong, I could make more gold than running this trade pack run. Because remember, this is 99.45 in 20 minutes. But up on Aegis, I spent less labor and I made more gold. So how do you want to make your gold becomes important. So just remember all those things. There is no best way to make your gold. It's what's best for you. Alright guys, and the final topic for today is auction house flipping. And as you can see on the screen, I won't teach you this. If you need to be taught how to do auction house flipping, don't auction house flip. Yes, a lot of people have figured out when I talk about the fact that I can make a ton of gold every day. Yes, I auction house flip. However, I have a sizable amount of investment money. So even if I lose 2,000 to 3,000 on a particular attempt to flip, I'm not going to be hurting. I've seen a lot of new players take all of their seed money, try to do an auction house flip, and they don't get the item sold, and the 100 gold fee plus the 5%, they actually have less gold at the end than they started off with. So yes, I'm going to let you know that there is a huge pool of money to be made on auction house flipping, on the procurement of items from the auction house at the right time, controlling markets and easing down the availability of items. I'm not really going to help you do auction house flipping though, as a video. Now, of course, on Discord, if you want to talk to me, if you can show me that you have the base understanding down, I will certainly help you. One item that I am going to talk about that falls into auction house flipping is Apex, but I'm not really talking about it from a flipping point of view. I'm talking about an opportunity point of view, but it kind of falls into auction house flipping. One of the big things people keep killing themselves with is they buy their Apex month to month. And like right now, I talked about at the beginning of the video, Apex has gone up from 900 some odd gold to 1100 some odd gold in the span of a month. And people are like, oh, damn it, now I can't afford my patron. Well, why are you living month to month? When Apex prices come down next time, work your ass off and bank a few. Then, if there's a 200 gold spike on them, you either 1, saved yourself 200 gold, or 2, you make 200 gold. Now notice I'm not saying buy Apex and sell them. I don't do the real world thing. But I have a pile of Apex sitting in a chest on EU. If the price goes up much more, I will probably start diversifying some of that Apex. I will make my profit, and then when the prices return to 1,000 or under, I'll just restock up on my supply for what I need for my patron time. But realize what I'm saying. What if the price keeps going up? Then I will have shot myself in the foot. So auction house flipping, never want to see you guys get into it unless you can afford to take the loss.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Hit that subscribe button. Watch a couple of more videos. Go check out our website.